travelers! So today I'm going to reminisce on 2014. 2014 was a great year for me, and I hope it was a great year for you all too. For me, it was a year that was a lot of traveling and a lot of fun. And it was one of the best years I've ever had so far. So I think it was a pretty good year, and I'd like to reminisce on some of my favorite travel moments. So let's just go right on into it. I started off the year in Cumberland Falls, which is in my home state of Kentucky, and it was so much fun to see a different part of my state because you don't always have to travel out of state. You can always travel in state. There's tons of stuff in your own state or in your own country that you can see. But it was so much fun because I finally got to see the Cumberland Falls. I got to be in the wilderness and stay in a really awesome cabin. So that was a really fun time to kick off the year. In May, I went to Croatia with some of my fellow students from my university. We got to teach in a local high school for 3 days, and it was an indescribable experience. So much fun, and I got to meet so many cool people. And being able to go to Croatia after working for a whole semester on this project was a great reward, and I got to go with some pretty awesome ladies. After I got back from that trip, I started preparing for my next trip, the Road Trip 2014, with my boyfriend, Jamie. And that trip was probably the highlight of my whole year. It was so much fun to be on my own with him and just wing it as we went along. We obviously had a game plan and we went to some pretty cool places, but just being able to do whatever we wanted was so much fun. I do have a couple of highlights from that trip, one being the Grand Canyon. I had dreamt of going to the Grand Canyon forever, probably. I have always wanted to visit the Grand Canyon. I mean, you hear all these things about it, and then you see it with your own eyes, and it's just so incredibly beautiful, and pictures and videos do not do it justice. My second highlight from that trip was going to Zion National Park. I loved going to Zion National Park because I didn't expect it to be that great. I heard that it was beautiful and all these amazing things about it, but you never really understand until you get there, and that's how I felt. It was so beautiful, the town was great, and all the people that I met were super nice, and I just loved it. I loved hiking there, and I hope to go back in 2015. Then, after I got back from my road trip, I started preparing for my next trip with my family. We went to Germany, and it was so much fun. Germany is a pretty cool country with a lot of diverse cultures and people and drinks and everything else in between. So it was a lot of fun. I got to visit Hofbrauhaus, I got to visit all the churches and the people that surf in the park, and it was a pretty cool experience. But that wasn't just my highlight. A couple highlights that I had on that trip was one being Neuschwanstein. That castle was absolutely beautiful, and I had been dreaming of going for years because, I mean, if you just look at it, it's pretty magical, so who wouldn't want to go? But my other highlight was Regensburg. Regensburg is a small town pretty close to Munich, and for me, I'm one of those people that like small towns and, you know, outdoors a lot more than big towns. So that was a really cool experience to actually experience the culture of Germany. I feel like I got to see a little bit more there. But yeah, those are my two highlights from Germany. The whole trip was great though. In late July, I also got to visit some of my family in Rhode Island, and that was so much fun because I hadn't seen my cousins in so long. So sometimes it's great to put the camera down and just visit family and really be with them and have fun. And I don't know, I just really loved it. I love Rhode Island, and that was definitely one of my highlights of the year. My last travel highlight of the year was being able to visit my home away from home, which is Gulf Shores, Alabama. But it was so beautiful, and it was very relaxing. I got to go on the beach and hang out with my boyfriend and my mom and eat some really good shrimp. So definitely a highlight to being able to go back to a place that I call my home. So those are some of my highlights of 2014. Like I said, 2014 was a fabulous year, and I had so much fun traveling, being with family, starting my sophomore year of college, and I can't wait to see what 2015 brings me, and also brings you, because I want you guys to have a fantastic 2015. I hope you guys liked this type of video. Thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe to join the YouTube fun. We like to have fun over here on our corner of the YouTube world. So come and join us, and let's have a fabulous 2015 together. Bye travelers, happy traveling.